Yo, I'm back. Sorry, my computer crashed and I lost all my work. It sucks, man, but shit, that's part of the job, innit? What am I doing? I gotta do it all again. Sorry. Um, so yeah, if you're just joining now, it's all right for you, but anyone else, I'm looking at you, Jazz. Sorry, man. Uh, let's get some tunes on. Oh, I got to log in. Weird. Give me a sec. I got to log into Spotify apparently. Weird. I don't even know my password. Oh no. Why is it logged me out? I've never needed to log into Spotify again. So yeah. I don't know what the password is. Okay. Give me a sec, sorry. Alright, we're gonna do this again. So, fresh scene. Let's delete it all. Bye bye. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see this model. You see the spaciness, like all the reflections of space. We're gonna do that. What that is, it's a really simple shader. It's just a reflection shader. Talking like principal BSDF, roughness at 0, just really simple. All it is doing is reflecting the world around it. So that's how you're getting those sort of stars on the model. And what's cool is you can animate the world really easily. Just rotate the world and you get this really cool reflection of the world moving around it. Anyway, we're going to recreate that, but without space. Now I want to project text onto the model. So I'm going to basically do the same process, but with text instead. So yeah, let's do that. One with a cylinder. Change that. I'm gonna really cool shortcut in Blender is you can if your arithmetic sucks like mine, if you wanna times that by 4, you can just do times 4, hit enter, and that's gonna multiply that by 4. Yeah. It's handy stuff to know. So yeah, we want to give it quite a few subdivisions so it's smooth, and then you just right click shade smooth just to get rid of those edges. I don't know why they're still there. Yeah, right click shade smooth and that'll get rid of those odd edges. Go into edit mode, base select, delete that, delete that. And stay in edit mode, hit A. I'm gonna hit RX 90 just to rotate it along the y-axis. SY 8, so it's quite long. I like to work in like factor of 2, It's because that's kind of how computers operate, if that makes sense. And it's just kind of how Blender operates as well. You can see if all of these whips are sort of a factor of 2, right? So it always keeps you on the edges, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so when you're like scaling stuff, it's good to sort of keep to that formula. I suppose, to be fair, actually, no, it does it by base 10 actually, because what I'm on about. Ignore me. It's actually on base 10, so SY10. Yeah. You see, you get like slightly thicker edges here. Ignore me. Do what you want. If you want to do S10, you do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think it's just like habit, to be honest. But yeah. I'm gonna hit S Shift Y, so you lock the Y axis. So when you scale this, it doesn't move along the Y as well. This is just to give us our camera some space, right? So we'll do S Shift Y 2. And now if we add a camera, Shift A, add a camera. And then we'll hit RZ90. So it's facing down the X axis. Actually, I'm going to hit Alt R. When you add the camera, sometimes it's at a weird angle, so hit Alt R just to reset the rotation as well. And now we're going to hit RX90, RZ90, just to face it, so it's like facing the wall of the cylinder. So GX, bring that back a bit, so it's like here, hit 0, and then you bring your camera out. So we kind of got this screen that we're going to project our texture onto now. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to save often this time because I didn't save anything last time and I lost everything. So yeah, don't do that. Shader editor on this, so we can start shading this. We're going to go into rendered mode, so Z and then 8 takes you into rendered mode, and we can start shading the scene. So create a new material. Going to drag in my material. I created this earlier in Photoshop. It's really simple. All the material is a simple image, just logo, just tiled. Yeah, just tiled along so you're utilizing the space a bit more. So just drag that in, and it's not really wrapping around the object like we want to. So make sure you got Node Wrangler enabled. So preferences, Node Wrangler, that's an add-on that comes with Blender. Just tick that checkbox here. Click on this, hit Control T, and it's going to create a mapping node and a texture coordinate, and you just change that to object, and now you're getting text sort of wrapping around the object a bit better. So now we just got to rotate this on the X a bit, not on the X, sorry, the Z. Just like that. Put it on the 90. Just rotate your cylinder a bit like this, 90 degrees. And then you're noticing it's very grey, so we're going to go to the world here, change that to black, and you're not going to see anything. That's because we've removed any lighting in the scene. So hit Shift A, add a light. Now we can start seeing stuff. So it's obviously a bit dim, so we're going to go to light settings here, just pump up the wattage, and we're going to flip this so it's black on white. So hit Shift A, color ramp. Over here, this little arrow, just flip that. And on your principal BSDF, this is the shader that all this stuff's coming from. You're going to drop the specular down here and go to EV settings and just add some motion blur and make it very high contrast. Take those overlays off, and we don't need this shader editor anymore. So yeah, that's one of them. We'll do a really simple animation of this one. So this is going to be 30 frames per second, and we're going to make it 300 frames, so it's 10 seconds long. And if you go to the object properties here, this is where you can rotate it. So this is location roller, so let's make it roll. So we're going to rotate it. I'm going to see here, we've got 90 degrees on the Y. I'm just going to click on the cylinder, Control A, and apply rotation. Oh, I don't know why that does that. I thought it would keep it all the same, but it doesn't. Alright, don't worry about that. We're going to just rotate it on the Z axis. Sorry, no, we're going to rotate it on the... We'll still rotate it on the Y, but just add a keyframe on your first frame. Go to the last frame, hit Shift and then right arrow, and then right arrow again. And on 90, I'm going to do 90 plus 360. Like I said, this is handy if you can't do math in your head. Like just do that. Add 360 degrees, add a keyframe, and yeah, make sure you add an extra frame just so that you don't get a duplicate frame when you render it out. Because when you're looping it, it's going to look like it's stuttering. Make sure you give yourself an extra frame. And then if your mouse hovered over here, AT linear, that just makes sure that the thing just keeps on rolling, doesn't accelerate and decelerate. So yeah, that's gonna look like that. That's pretty cool. I would have liked it to stay like not mirrored, but I can't be asked to mess around with it, and I think you can get away with it. So because it's going to be reflecting on the object in a way, so that's going to kind of mirror it in a way, in some sense. So it's going to look abstract in a way. So I'm not going to waste any time trying to fix that. I'm just going to do that. So yeah, that's going to be one. When I'm doing this sort of process with my client projects, I never use H.264 when I'm working on a sole project. I will always render out in image sequences. I only render, like, you probably watch if anyone who watches my videos, I always, at the end of the tutorial, I render out in H.264. It's good. H.264 is good, like, if you just want to see the result, like, quickly. Like, you can just render it out and see it. It will play easily. You just double click it, open it. It opens all the time. So yeah, that's why I normally do that. But when I'm actually working solely on like a client project, I'll stick to rendering in image sequences, just because the benefit is that it hasn't got to encode while it's rendering. So if your render crashes, which it does happen sometimes, you can just pick up where you left off. So it saves you time. And also, I'm going to be importing them straight into After Effects or Premiere Pro. So I don't need to worry about seeing it right now, because I'm going to see it when I import it, and it retains all of the quality as well. So when you're actually like working on, like, when you're in that sort of like in that zone where you're like trying to get shit done, that's I wouldn't even bother with H.264 because it degrades the quality. But yeah, it's good. It's only really good if when you're delivering stuff and when you just want to see like your work. So yeah, that's just one tip I'd say. But yeah, let's render this out and let's start a new one. When I'm working on this stuff, I just want to get like as many designs out as I can, and then the more footage I have to work with, the more sort of options I have to take things. So I always find it good just to like, yeah, just bash through stuff, just keep creating different designs, use the same scenes that you've just created, and just try and make like variations of them. Because there's nothing more annoying than when you're like sort of trying to compose like a structured, like trying to edit stuff together, and you're like, oh, I wish I had that footage, but I don't. And you got like, oh, I've got to go back in the project file and then make it again. So I always find it's good to like give yourself ammunition by just like creating loads of different sort of designs, and then it sort of gives you like a library of like custom content that you can work with. Sometimes it'll come to a point where you're like, oh, I wish I had that, and then you will go back into projects. But yeah, it's good to like get it all there, so you don't have to worry about that. But that sort of plays into how important it is to organize your projects cleanly as well, because when you are at that stage when you want to go into a project, you want to make sure you can find it and everything works. So yeah, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but let's get this done. So I'll save that. Just gonna create. So yeah, it's quite a simple scene, so it should render quite quickly. So, do you know what? Like, you probably should do 16-bit color depth, but I don't think it's that noticeable, to be honest. It depends on what you're doing. I tend to work with quite high contrast in a way, so you can kind of get away with it. If you're doing like smoke and stuff like that and clouds and shit, you probably want to do 16-bit, but yeah. Why make it harder for your computer to render if you don't need to, is sort of my philosophy. So yeah, we'll just render that. While that's rendering, I'm just going to make a variation. So A simple variation. Yeah, just do a simple variation where the camera sort of zooms in and out. I think a good one. Just getting that midpoint here, 151. Between 300. Zoom that in. For this one, because it's zooming in here, I think I will flip it. So really simple, just do that plus 180. Or not. Do you know what, actually? Because I'm thinking because it's a reflection, it'll probably actually be better to be mirrored. I don't know, it don't really matter to be honest. We'll see how it looks. But yeah. So I've got like two going at the same time now, right? So that one's probably already done. So I'll just save a new one of this. Roll a zoom. And copy that. She lost the prefix on the got a bit too quick then. Yeah, render that out. Oh, did I even? I don't even think I did the zoom animation. Got. Yeah, I'll just zoom that in a bit. So it's just doing that. Yeah, it's a really simple animation. See how it looks. So yeah, like I said, the goal is just to get loads of content to work with, because when you throw stuff into After Effects, it's really easy to create complete new designs just from like throwing a few effects on. Like, it's really good just to work with the two programs. So you create like your footage in Blender, throw it into After Effects, and then you can start creating like dividing one footage into like one piece of footage into like 20. You know what I mean? You just use the same footage and then just make like 20 more variations of it with just a few changes. All you're doing is reducing the amount of clicks you have to do to make a different end result. A lot of the time all you need is actually a few Blender renders really, because there is a lot of stuff you can do in After Effects just to sort of like change it. Yeah, but sometimes you need to like obviously I guess have a bit more of thought about what you're doing. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah. So yeah, maybe that looks cool, maybe it looks shit. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'll do some more location shit. Do you know what I'm gonna do? There was one I wanted to do. I'm gonna take like one of my old project files from this. I wanted to do like a refraction-y one. I can't be asked to make it again. So if you followed my refraction tutorial, you probably know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah, if you've seen this tutorial, which one is it? This here sort of scan line thing. I don't know if you can see it because I'm putting like loads of background shit on it. But yeah, you can see it sort of like it's the logo and then it scans across. So I think that would look pretty cool. So I'm going to do that. Oops. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I need to find... I can't be asked to make it again, so I'm just going to find an old project file. So... yeah, where is that? Where did I save that? I don't even know. Hold up, I gotta navigate my my terrible folder structure before I can find it. So I'm gonna play some. I think I might play some render. Nah, I don't know. Maybe I might play some. I might do the whole intermission thing. I don't know. Nah, it's fine. It won't take that long. Give me a sec. Alright, I found it. 1 minute. Here we go. Yeah. So that's the good thing about like having your files organized, is that you can just pull stuff that you can find. Say you're working on something, you'll be like, oh, that might be cool. You can just easily find shit. But my stuff isn't that organized, so it wasn't that easy. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to replace this plane. Yeah, so if you haven't watched the refraction tutorial, this design is just a simple plane being like with displacement, and it's rotating, and I've put the logo on the plane, which is how it's getting that sort of wavy look, right? And then so anything where the logo is, you can see, and then anything where you can't see is transparent. So that is sort of the shape of the logo. And then to get that sort of weird radar thing, it's just an icon. It's just an object above it that's refracting light with subtle transparency as well. So only a bit of it's coming through, only a bit of the object's coming through, but it's sort of displaced in this way. So you can sort of see a bit of that shape. See this angle here, right? See a bit of that shape sort of not transparent, if that makes sense. So that's sort of giving this scan line effect, and it's sort of distorting the text as well. So we're using refraction to sort of bend the light that's coming out of the text logo. So the text logo is emission. It's an emission shader emitting light. Above it, we can have what you can imagine as like a sort of glassy material that is refracting the light, and then we're masking that glass material with transparency and with a sort of radial gradient that's rotating around. And it's just the object that's rotating, so see that object is just rotating. So yeah, that's the crux of that. So we're going to replace this with, so the plane is the one with the logo, so we're going to go to logo and we're going to replace that. So just to note, you want it to be, you wouldn't want it to have like 4 burner like logos on it. You want it just to be a 1:1 ratio, but without these. So it's just in the middle. It's because that's the shape of the object that's projected onto. So you want to keep it within that frame, and you don't want any anything here. So, but obviously already made that, so I'm undoing that. So yeah, I thought this because like it's sort of like a radar effect, and I don't know, location, right? Radar spots the location. I don't know. That's sort of what sparked the idea. So yeah, just render that out now. So it's already done for us. Just render that out. We're doing it with transparency. I've got it in the QuickTime codec, but I actually prefer working with image sequences when I'm working on these big projects. So yeah, just change that to PNG, and yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way, for all the Irish folks out there. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Give me a sec. Sorry. My bird is out at the moment. She said she'd be home at 7, but she's still got a glass of wine. Alright, sorry about that. Hey, what was I doing? Sorry. Yeah, let's render this out. So, yeah, I thought this could look cool. Penis. I ain't eating that, don't worry. Oh, she's funny. Alright. So yeah, while that renders, yeah, I want to make a few more backgrounds, so I don't know. What should I do? Do you know what? I might do like a tunnel. I don't know, maybe not. I do want to see what that looks like though. Oh, not mean to do that. Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? So I'm maybe getting that sort of that scan line look. I think it looks quite cool. And if you use like a, I don't know if Premiere has it, but you can use like edge, fine edges, yeah. I haven't actually used this one before, but it does look quite cool. Yeah, it can look quite cool if you yeah, add that with like a glow. I think that's quite cool. But we'll probably do that in After Effects because you get better results. You know what I mean. Really need to pee, sorry. Miss it. Sorry, dudes, just give me a minute. I might just quickly render a different one, so we'll do like burner radar maybe. Just while I'm doing shit, I've got to make the most of the time. You're right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm officially out of beer. Means it's just gonna be coffee now. I don't know, I want to like work in After Effects now, but I have a feeling that the reason why my live streams keep crashing is because I've been using After Effects. Because, I don't know, every time I use After Effects, something goes wrong. Like, it's always the reason why shit crashes, so I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, the stream's still going now and I haven't opened it yet, so saying. I suppose I could make some more stuff, but I kind of want to get in there. So, yeah, I'll make a few more Blender shit. I know. We'll do. Tube. I'm going to delete these rotations, and it's just, I'm going to make it so we animate the camera. So we're just going to animate the camera. This little guy here. We're just going to animate him going along, right? All we need to do is Shift D, Y8, sorry. Shift D, Y16. And this guy here will just go. See, if we add 16, he's in the same position on the duplicate. So yeah, we'll add a keyframe on the Y, go to the end, 16, add a keyframe, set interpolation to linear, so it's constantly moving. And that should give us this. But we want the light to stay in the center, right? So see, it's going to the darkness and then back again. We don't want that. So let's grab that light, hold control. So you click the light, hold control, hit the camera, control P, object keep transform. And yeah, now it's just the text shifting now. Alternatively, you could have just parented the cylinders and rotated them. It doesn't matter how you do it. But, yeah. So now if you go to 301, you'll see you skip to frame 1. There's no changes, so that means you've got a perfect loop. So yeah, that's sort of like a check I do to make sure when I render it, it's not going to look shit. So I'll go to 301, hold shift, hit the left arrow. If it looks exactly the same at frame 1, then it's okay to render. Because I know if I render it out and I notice that glitch, I'm going to have to do it again. It's just going to add time. So it's like a little check you can do. So yeah, let's render that out. will open Premiere though, because I do want to check some things. I rendered this earlier today. I rendered a bunch of Earth stuff. Took ages to render, to be honest. 600 frames took about 4 hours. I did another one, but yeah. I think they look good. I'm quite happy with the results. Yeah, it looks good, man. Do you know what? I bought this add-on. It's a really good add-on. I wanted to do a video on this. It's a really good add-on. What's it called? Let me find it. Honestly, I know no one likes to pay for shit, but you pay $14 and you can get a realistic Earth like that in 2 clicks. Honestly, I'm not affiliated with them. I just think, like, honestly, I just looked at it, I was like, why not? And yeah, it is a good purchase, man. It's only $14, do you know what I mean? So yeah, GeoSim, that's what the add-on's called. Let me show you. Yeah, so give this guy some love, Alex R. Heskett. Honestly, you just download the add-on. It's like checking Node Wrangler, do you know what I mean? Just install add-on, Shift A, add object, add Earth. It's like that, and it looks good. And I think there's more you can do with it as well. You get like different planet textures and shit. I haven't really played around with it yet, to be honest. I just made the Earth and I was like, that's all I need. But yeah. So yeah, check that out. GeoSim, $14. Get a nice looking Earth in literally 2 clicks. Yeah, that's the render result I got. Just rotating it. I don't drink enough water, I swear. You know what? I'm quite hungry. I need to get some food, man. I'm thinking Chinese tonight. I was thinking of having this like zooming in Earth thing. Have like a nice space background. Zooms in. Goes into the clouds, right? Right here. Volumetrics covers the whole screen, ignore that bit. It then goes to like clouds. And then it goes to like the Harry Potter sequence. Not obviously Harry Potter, but like, you know that how it passes through the clouds and shit. Thinking maybe like, sort of like swoops in and then again swoops down. And then kind of like the GTA. You know, like when you play GTA 5 and like, the map sort of goes like Google Maps and it scans across. And you got like the plane going around and shit. I was thinking of like, and then going into that, and then I don't know. We'll try to do that. Do you know what I mean? So like here, clouds, start getting smoke, and then somehow get the camera to sort of swoop, and then you go like you're going around the circumference of the Earth, right? It's like a. Try to do that. I was like playing around with that. Not the transition, but I was doing the sort of traveling through clouds design, and I think it looks pretty decent. You know? But I've got to open After Effects now, and it might crash my computer. So if the stream goes down, it's probably because of After Effects. So yeah, let's try it though. No, find it.
When I was a kid, I lost both my parents. Three things. 10 years old, bang, mortality. So I grew up living real hard, racing cars, smoking, drinking. Then I turned 11. But all I know is this.
So here's what I had.
You don't confront your demons.
I did a few test renders, you know.
Confront them. Then you confront them. Then you confront them some more. Every single day. Then I turned 11.
Do you know what I mean? That's all that Harry Potter in it. And then you could have like the logo in the center and then it passes through. So we'll somehow get that, I don't know, with the lightning and shit and the snow. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I should keep it simple. But this needs a lot of work. I don't know, man. See if I can. Let me see how it looks. Hold up. I'll see if I can transition what I've got already. And if it doesn't work, then not bother. You know what I mean? Give me a sec. let's make a long comp for it. So that 2400. And we'll call it like test. Yeah. I don't know. Let me copy this. Yeah, it's going to go into this, right? So we'll see if it can work. I think it's a bit too moody. But I don't know, man. I was fucking around with this design in like around Christmas. I didn't have any work on. I was just thought they were asking for like this lightning, like sort of cloud thing, and I always struggled with like doing like cloud designs. But I realized you could just render like one image of a cloud, and then throw it into After Effects and just scale the cloud, and it actually saves you a lot of time because you haven't got to like render like a whole video of going through clouds, if that makes sense. So I thought I'd play around with that, and it actually looked really decent. But I never really got around to finishing it. I didn't actually have a job on. I was just like fucking around. Yeah, it might work. Let's have a look. I think I need to like work on the actual comp though. But I got the project file. Yeah, we need like more clouds, do you know what I mean? I had a bit of like fractal noise displacement on them as well, so they're moving a bit. Very subtle, but it kind of sells the clouds a bit more, I think. But I think we need more clouds because they look a bit naked. Yeah. So yeah, we had one that was like, I think it was the Earth Zoomies. Yeah, this one. Before this, we go into this, right? So first, we'll just do like a simple opacity sort of transition, right? I know that looks shit, but bear with me. Well, it's like smoke. And this could like go here. Sort of blend the two. Alright. This needs to like blur a bit. Yeah. So on this earth zoom layer, I'm just like blurring it a bit, so it's gonna like go like that. Get that keyframe. So that's the keyframes I just added. It's gonna ease them. F9 sort of smooths out the animation. Bit shit. Still needs work. This needs like I see the smoke. Oh. Smoke's a bit shit, to be honest. Sorry, 1 minute. I'm gonna order some food, man. Sorry. Give me a sec. Sorry, man. Give me a sec. Yeah. Yo, I get Can I have my card, please? What are we doing? Forgot. Yeah, I don't know. The smoke looks a bit shit, doesn't it? Shit. It looks shit. I don't know. don't know, man. Shit, innit? I wanted to do some space backgrounds actually, so I'll jump back into Blender, save that. Always purge that cache as well. Alright. Shit. Okay. So I already got this loaded up, right? I'm just gonna add a sphere, icosphere, Control 2, give it a bit more geometry, shade smooth, scale that up like that. Add a new material, all that world, metallic up, roughness down. Yeah, we'll call that. Yeah, we'll render that out. Let's make another one. Oh, we've got a new one. I'm just gonna, I got this animation on the world. Go into here, this is the HDRI, right? It's animating. It's animating the world. I don't want that for this one, so I'll delete that. I do want to rotate that, so it's just this, right? We're just getting the star field. And icosphere again. I thought I opened the project file that had the icosphere in it, but apparently not. So Control 2, so we subdivide it, shade it smooth, and just scale it up to it inside. And yeah, let's add let's add that shader again. It's really easy. Just add a new material. Metallic all the way up, roughness down. And yeah, so long as your Eevee render settings are like mine, so you got screen space reflections and bloom, you should look like this. I think I did some more. I think I pumped up the exposure a bit just to get the brightness coming through. Just because when you add a reflective material, it's because a light reflects off of surface, obviously it dims it a bit more. So if you pump the exposure up, it will just bring the colors out a bit more if you're going for like this sort of look. So yeah, see what I mean? Just gives you a bit more control. So yeah. And scale the icosphere. You could add another I wanted to get the star field, so I'm going to go back to the world. Go back into this. Just move that. It's like that maybe. So I'm gonna use a displace modifier to sort of wobble these stars a bit. So add that. Launch the texture. Change that to clouds. Pump the size up. And one that looks like that. I'm gonna add an empty just to give us a bit more control over the displacement. So for this displacement, if you scale this, you can control the displacement a bit more. So bring that right up, right? It's like 30. Now when you rotate that, you're gonna get that wobbly effect. So we'll just do a really simple animation. So rotate this control, this displacement control, like 601. Now that's just gonna create a sort of wobble effect, and you can kind of control it just by scaling this. So if you want it to move more, just if you want to move it more, scale it down like 11 or something. You get like more like glitchy look. Pump that all the way up, like 50. You get more wavy look. Yeah, I thought that looked quite cool. And then you can widen your focal length if you want. Or zoom in. Up to you. That looks cool. Maybe like 7. Yeah, that looks alright. Just render that out now. It won't even take long to render, it's not really complicated. .600 frames, that's gonna be done in like a minute. These are just background elements, so they don't have to look like amazing. Hold up. Alright, Chinese is here. I was kind of on a roll, so no, you can wait. Yeah, I want to do like just a few variations of this. Do you know what I mean? Like a few different backgrounds. Do you know what? I am quite hungry though. Oh no, I might just, it is rendering to be fair. I might just dish up and then I'll eat on my next render. Right. I'm sorry, bruv. I'm sorry, man, but look at that. You know that looks good. Yeah, I'm just gonna add a mirror modifier onto the icosphere. Alright. And I think I'm gonna change the space on it as well. So this texture, change that to Voronoi Crackle. Maybe scale that up. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm trying to work it out. I don't know, man. What do you think? I don't know if I like it.
Has he ever done mushrooms?
Yeah, we had a really deep conversation.
Really?
But a bit like when I was talking, I just opened up to him about everything. Like that.
When you...
I think it's alright.
Oh, really?
I'll do.
He was just telling me about everything. And
Wibble.
stories.
Space Wibble.
Really?
I can't wait to eat this.
We had maybe 2 years. We went on lunch break at work before that.
Yeah.
But he just like opened up to me, started doing some shit.
What's he going through?
Russian, man.
Oh, man. Is it COVID related or...
No, it's before that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's just struggling. But I opened up like my own street, so I think. And then yeah, got rid of street light. I look like in a George Shore kind of weird like situation to be in. But in a sense, I kind of would just consider it.
Just trying to think of some other ideas.
This is a Central Line train to Epping.
Trying to think of other stuff I can do with it. I might just, yeah, just throw a few more displacement, different styles of displacement. I think I've got quite a lot of content already, to be honest, so we don't really need to go mad with this. Might as well try After Effects. It's probably going to crash though. If the stream crashes, I'm not coming back on. I don't want to just render it out, see what it looks like. Alright, let's see how it looks. I'm just looking at the transition. Nah, it's not very good, is it? Tell you what. If when I rendered the Earth zoom, that's all rendered from Blender. If when I rendered that, if I got the camera to sort of bank into clouds, I think that would work. But this took like 4 hours to render, man. I don't know if I could be asked to do it again, but I suppose I could just do from there. So just the last, say like 50 frames, I think. 50 to 100 frames. Just get it to bank a bit. I think 150 frames I think will do. Probably take a few hours, probably take an hour and a bit. But yeah, I think that will probably sell that transition a bit better. So just get it to bank a bit as it comes here. Hold on, my dog. Dog's going a bit crazy one minute. You know what? I'm coming off. I've been at it all day, man, since 7 a.m. So I need some downtime. Peace.